Hello, this is Kelvin Teamer, and you're listening to the VO Ventures Podcast with Coach Erica Don.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of the VO Ventures Podcast with me, Coach Erica Don. So I realized as I was playing back the audio for episode 5, I forgot to tell you guys about the conference that I attended. So if you are listening on YouTube, you'll be able to see visuals of the beautiful resort where I got to stay for the conference. It was called the Online Learning Consortium Innovate Conference, and I was able to attend an HBCU summit as well as an instructional design summit, along with a ton of other beautiful sessions surrounding the topics of AI as well as DEI, and just hearing from students and their perspective on their online learning experiences. It was a beautiful time and I gained so much information. So again, if you're watching on YouTube, you're seeing a few little video clips, but if travel videos is something that you enjoy, definitely check out my other channel. I have tons of YouTube channels, but one of them is called Aries All Over the Place. I will link it in the show notes. I do plan on uploading a full vlog of my experience there at the Gaylord Rocky Resort in Denver, Colorado. So be sure to check that out. I might also upload the vlog here on this channel as well, but it will for sure be on Aries All Over the Place. So go check that out. I've got tons of other videos that I need to edit as far as travel that I've done to post there as well. So head on over if that's something that you would enjoy. All right, so let's get back to VO Ventures. All right, so this is episode 6 titled, Should I Pay to Play? All right, let's talk about it. So pay to play, we explained what all that means on the last episode. If you didn't check out episode 5, go back and listen to that where I give you full definition and breakdown of what pay to play means. And we talked about all of the different sites that are out there as well right now for pay to play, at least the most popular ones when it comes to voice acting. And the big question is, should you do it or should you not? So my answer to that is yes, you should. You should do anything and everything that is going to gain exposure and an opportunity for you to be successful in what I hope or believe is your goal of having a successful career in voice acting. So yes, there's nothing wrong with being on a pay-to-play site. Now, you do have to make sure that you are auditioning for things that fit your criteria, that you are a good fit for based on your niche or based on just whatever your voice style and delivery is. So you don't want to waste too much time dealing with auditions or auditioning for things that you know you're not a good fit for. That is about the extent of the advice that I can give you when you're on these sites, because it has been so long since I was last a part of any of these pay-to-play sites. I've done more freelancing over the last few years than I have pay-to-play, and I haven't even done a whole lot of freelancing either because I've been busy working as a voice acting coach lately. But then also just with me working as an instructional designer now and working kind of full/part-time as an audiobook narrator in studio, I haven't really had the time or necessarily the need to seek out any other work through a pay-to-play site. So, and even prior to that, prior to me getting busy, I was booking through my agency, so I didn't have to necessarily go through pay-to-play at that time either. So I am very curious though, because I do get a lot of questions about pay to play, and then I've also been hearing a lot of chatter about it lately, and I'm just kind of curious about what the experience is like. So I'm actually considering setting up an account. I probably will be doing so very soon so that I can be able to do a little bit more research and be able to speak knowledgeably about pay to play. How can I if I'm not experiencing it for myself, right? So I would like to do that, like to try it out, like to see, if there are any delays or things that I don't like about the site, or if I'm not having any luck, which is a lot of the time what I hear about it being so saturated and things like that. So I would like to explore it and find out for myself what is going on. And hey, if I get a couple gigs, make a little money, nothing wrong with that. Okay. I like money too. So I'm all here for it. So I plan to probably join one of the sites, not sure which one I have decided on just yet. Just to kind of be able to give feedback and on my experience with using the platform. But should you do it as well? I think that it's a wonderful investment in your career. I think that although the prices you look at, like I think Voice 123 like ranges around $400 for the year, and then Voices.com is like $600, $700, $800, whatever it may be. None of those prices, in my opinion, are too high for you to invest in your career if it's something that you're serious about and really want to do. Okay? You can't, again, I talk about this all the time about not people want to get away from that money piece. You can't get away from it. You're going to have to spend some money to be successful, and you'll make that back, hopefully, if you are, again, operating it as a business. That is another piece of advice that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to these pay-to-play sites. If you're not treating it like a business, if you're not really actually recording and auditioning back to back to back to back to back, like you should be, you're not going to get the results that you're looking for, okay? You can't just go on there and audition for one thing a day and think that something's going to pop. No, you have to be sitting in that chair, your 8-hour work day. You need to be auditioning for everything that you can and fit for. So that is my advice on that as well. So just knowing how to use the sites. And there are tons of resources out there. Even Voices.com has tons of free resources on their site that you can read up on about their platform and how they work, and hear experiences from others who have been on the platform. But you also can go on YouTube and hear people talk about their experience with the different sites. People do lie, so also keep that into consideration. Again, mama keeps it real, okay? People do lie, and on both sides, people will lie and tell you that they've had wonderful experiences and they can teach you how. And then people also lie and tell you that they've had the worst experiences on these sites, so that you do not come in and crowd up the space even more for them, okay? So I want y'all to keep that in mind for all of these things, whether it's just pay to play and freelancing, okay? That's what people do that, all right? They will lie and make it seem like it's the worst thing ever so that you don't show up, all right? But show up proud, all right? So that's that. Also, what else can I say about pay to play? Make sure you're ready. So yes, it is an investment into your career, but use that investment wisely. That year will go by pretty quickly, and then it'll be time to pay again, all right? So make sure that when you put that credit card down, that you're ready, all right? That you know how to deliver copy. You know how to record and edit on your own, because a lot of these companies or a lot of these people seeking voice actors, they're looking for someone who can self-produce. So if you don't have those skills, it's not time to put that $800 down, okay? Make sure you are ready and prepared for the market, all right? That is probably the most valuable piece of advice that I can give you today when it comes to pay to play. Now, of course, there's sites that you can get on and practice, and you don't have to necessarily pay anything, like ACX. If audiobooks is something that you're interested in doing, I suggest that everyone goes and sets up a profile and starts auditioning, start practicing, start hearing yourself on record, read these books, okay? ACX is a good place to start for practice, all right? Don't go into ACX thinking that you're going to get rich overnight. It's not going to happen, okay? But it is great for practice and potentially getting a gig. So take advantage of that. And that's not considered a pay-to-play site because you don't have to pay for anything to get on ACX. But that nugget of advice that I gave you is for all of those sites and all of those platforms. Block out the noise, focus on you and your business. If you didn't hear episode 5, I did stress how going into the second season of this podcast, we will be doing a deep dive into the business and marketing and advertising of it all. All right, because that is what I am passionate about. That is what I love. This first season, we're getting all the basics out of the way so that we can get to talking about how you are going to advertise your career and how you are going to get yourself out there and make the money that you are looking for in a successful voiceover career. Okay, so make sure you are subscribed to this channel so that you don't miss those episodes when they do drop. Also, make sure you're subscribed so that you can hear episode 7, where I'm going to talk more about ACX and audiobook narration. All right. And also make sure you subscribe to this channel and follow me on all social media platforms so that you don't miss our next Intro to Voiceover workshop, which is also free, which will be taking place sometime in the next couple of weeks. So you don't want to miss out on that. So follow me at Erica Dawn Voices on Instagram and Facebook, where I will drop all of the information on how you can get registered for free. You will also be able to register for free at www.ericaDawnVoices.com. All right. So it hasn't been uploaded just yet. That date hasn't been set yet, but when it is, you will be able to access registration right off of that site. Also, make sure you're subscribed and staying tuned so that you don't miss out on the new audio drama podcast that I will be launching very, very soon. And you will be able to hear the first series titled Harmony and Heartbreak of that audio drama podcast. And I'm so excited for me to drop some more teasers for you guys so you guys kind of get an idea of the flow of how it's all going to work. I've already started the stages of writing for season 2, or the second series, should I say, that will be included in this podcast. And on that one, there will be a special narrator who will be narrating that series for me. So super excited about that and working with this person. I don't want to give anything away for you to be able to hear. And yeah, I'm just so grateful and so thankful for all of you who are listening. And of course, all of my students, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. Thank you to every person who has ever showed up on any of the Intro to Voiceover workshops. You are very much appreciated. And I hope to see you all on the next one. And I hope to hear you guys, or I hope that you guys come to listen to episode 7, where we will be talking all about audiobooks. And I will talk your ear off on that one because I know a lot about audiobook narration, okay? That's one thing I do know about, and we're going to get into it. All right, so thank you all again for tuning in, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Have a great day. Bye-bye.